Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Cool's Reviews. And happy 4th of July for anyone that's celebrating here in America. I know Sam and I will be making sure we see some fireworks tonight in Roswell. But we wanted to, do our usual videos and share some history with you. So we're checking out 12 Days of Terror. It's an earlier TV movie depicting the 1916 shark attacks, which obviously it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws, the movie that definitely was inspired by it, even if Peter Benchley says no. It's mentioned in both the movie and the book, so hard to argue with a lot of that. Plus, a lot of the events line up. So we figured we would check it out. There is another one, but we're going to save that for next year when it's the 100th anniversary of these attacks. But as you can see, we got Sam. We had Sam. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Matt, obviously, you did your episode of True History of the Silver Screen on these attacks. While watching this movie, what did you take away from it?
I could relate to where some of the stories were coming from and to see it on screen, as we were discussing while watching, it's like, wait a minute. I thought this happened. It seemed like some things might have been out of order, but I could be wrong. It just was maybe how I remembered them. But everything kind of rang true to what we had talked about, what the book had said happened.
Yeah, it definitely seems a little bit Jawsified, which is kind of funny considering this is what inspired Jaws, but definitely a through line. It's very much Jaws inspired. Sam, obviously you've been there as we've done our research. What did you think while you were watching the film?
Um, I thought it was definitely really good. It was more pertaining to the actual events for the most part, besides apart from Jaws, like what Jaws was kind of based off of, the true events. It kind of followed more that storyline to a to an extent, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, considering when this was made and the film's, I think, 20 years old at this point, and a made for TV film, it's not bad quality. It could be worse. Now, Sam, maybe there's an actor in here that we recognize. Is this true?
Correct. The gentleman that played Gimli is in this movie.
Who played Gimli, and someone that we have actually talked about on another episode of True History of the Silver Screen, being when we talked the Britannic, because he was the captain of the Britannic in that movie. So kind of interesting. We've talked about him multiple times for True History about the same time. Britannic actually also sinks in 1916. So, if you're getting him in your movie, something bad's about to happen in 1916 is our guess. Now, Matt, I know you kind of talked about maybe they got some things wrong. What were some things maybe you question as we watched this?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head right now, but just the timing of the storyline, I didn't seem to flow as well as it did in the book. I think maybe they were rushing stuff.
Yeah, and we see a lifeguard get attacked, and the second attack is Charles Bruder. Um, so we kind of deviate, I suppose. There now, Charles Van Zant is the first gentleman killed. It kicks off the film, and if you guys like us know the story, you'll know what's coming up, because you see the guy go in the water. He's calling to the dog. The dog's like not going in. He's there with his family, and then he screams, and no one really thinks anything of it. Though in this film, they don't bring up the turtle remark, and I don't know why, because I think that's hilarious. And I also want to know what were turtles doing in 1916 that made people think definitely sea turtles. But after the first attack, they say it could have been a stray torpedo. Sam, if you saw something like this happen, would you, think stray torpedo?
No, because it would have been, I would say, a lot more visible if it was a torpedo.
Right, we would see a line, Matt.
Well, wasn't there something too where during the first attack, they saw the red of the blood and they confused it for something else. This wasn't in the movie either. Remember, they were
Oh,
talking about like,
Oh, a flipped boat.
the second
yeah,
attack where they thought it was a canoe when Bruder was like 100 yards and they were like, some dude just flipped his canoe and it turned out to be his blood in the water.
yeah,
Yeah, but they did keep in that, it's Danny, and I don't know if I don't think it's Bruder in here, but that's who is the second attack. Uh, but he gets both his legs bitten off. And so they do keep that in where he, like, obviously as well dies going up to the shore. He doesn't even make it. I guess a through line, very fictional through line, much like anything that we've kind of watched. Matt, how did you feel about like I don't know, kind of pseudo love triangle that they were trying to set up there?
I don't feel it like fit in with the movie. I mean, it was a little awkward, but I think they're just Hollywood trying to do what they can do to make time flow.
And I guess make the death of Stanley Fisher a little bit more impactful. Sam, as like some of these characters pop up, did you like connect the names like Lester when they kept running into the kid that would eventually die, and then of course Stanley?
Mm-hmm.
You connected these ones.
Yeah, just there was a lot that seemed more to the actual storyline. I'm trying to think on like Matt's point because I thought it was kind of on par with it because it was the first one with the dog. I guess the second one is the only one that's out of place, right?
Yeah,
Or was there two on the beach and then there was the two or three in the stream?
yeah,
Or
no,
two.
the stream attacks as far as when they're in Matawan Creek are pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lester is the first one in the stream or in the creek that gets attacked by the shark, and then when Stanley pulls him out of the water, he also gets attacked. So they get that right. There isn't a captain going around in the water like Gimli in real life isn't just circling. That's why, again, these boys were like very unaware. First of all, you're in a creek, and then secondly, no one's like, there's a shark. There was a captain, Captain Cottrell, that did see a shark while he was on a bridge. So go into stream, and of course, no one believed him. Because why would you, especially in 1916, think a shark was going upstream?
Mm-hmm.
They got the tug of war right as well with our final victim, who does survive. But again, it's not that the kids rescue him; it's because the captain like runs over the shark like mid attack and helps like break off the attack. Also, the scene where the lady like runs as the shark is like you see the fin just in the water reminded me of the scene in Jaws where the lady sees the shark go into the pond and then run. So again, yes, the events inspire Jaws, but there's a lot of like Jaws inspirations coming back into this one. And then towards the end, in real life, the lion tamer Michael Slusher is the one who captures the shark. In here, I guess he pseudo captures the shark. There's some more going on, and they let the shark kind of just like tire itself out. But what did you think of the fake dead shark that was just hanging up, Sam? Not at the end, but when he's getting pictured, like people are taking pictures next to the killer shark.
Uh-huh.
What did you think of that one?
I mean, it was probably something that people were trying to do at the time that was that way, but I thought it was kind of Jaws-esque, but was kind of interesting.
What do you think of the quality of the shark, Matt?
I don't know. I think they were trying to stage it, for what, 1916, and it was a 2004 movie. I think they did their best to make it look realistic. I mean, it didn't look horrible, but it didn't look like a great war either.
Yeah. It kind of has like big googly eyes too. It's kind of funny. There are some scenes where you like see the townsfolk going around throwing dynamite, or there's the ladies staged the photo. They see a photo being taken. That's a real photo. Like if you look it up, you'll find that photo. So they did some good recreation. There's definitely some good history in here, but kind of like maybe not to the extent of Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor. There's just some extra stuff tacked on to it, which can work. You know, we got to have as an audience a through line connecting the five attacks that outside of the shark aren't really connected outside of the area. So I guess it does make sense to kind of change things here and there, but I don't know. Matt, did it bug you the changes at all, or were you still okay with it?
No, I mean, I thought the movie still did a good job at telling the story of it. I mean, it wasn't a huge setback. I mean, there's other movies that have really screwed the pooch on the book versus the movie. So no, I can't say that. I'm too disappointed in it. It still did what you'd want it to do, which is tell the story.
Sam, what about you?
I thought it was good homage to the victims of it. I mean, I guess in a weird way, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. I remember watching this probably when it first debuted on TV in 2004, and I have the DVD somewhere. It might be in storage. But I know I bought it because of it. It's not bad. There is, like I said, one other one, and I'm very interested to watch that one now because I know they obviously with a little bit more time and being able to kind of splice in footage of real sharks have been able to bring it more up to date. So stay tuned. In a year, we'll be back talking that one. Matt, what did you think of like soundtrack and acting, and maybe just do you think they got the vibe of 1916 pulled off right?
Um, yes, I mean it's always hard to really question exactly the way things really looked then, but um, I felt like it was 1916. I felt like the acting was 1916. It didn't really seem like we were watching a 2004, 2005 movie whenever it was came out. It definitely felt like it was aged. It almost felt like we were watching a 1970s style movie. The way the acting was.
Sam, what are your thoughts there?
I I definitely think they did a pretty good job for the time, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. We like we said, Gimli, as far as him, he's definitely very Quint inspired.
sorry.
Uh, Maybe not to the level that Robert Shaw, obviously super iconic character there, but I think it's passable. It's a fun little movie. Maybe not gonna blow you out of the water, but compared to shark movies outside of Jaws, not bad. This is something I think we've been talking about recently. Maybe not on here, um, but it's outside of Jaws. There's like Deep Blue Sea, maybe The Meg, and Jaws 2. It's kind of passable.
Open ocean, right? Or is it open water?
Open water, yeah. I gotta watch that again. It's been a while. There's a couple newer ones we should check out too that I heard are kind of good, and then you got the dumb ones, and some of the stupid ones are so stupid they're kind of funny. Sam may have been able to watch like 20 minutes of one about sharks in a cornfield. It's an experience.
Yeah.
So at least we'll go around before we do ratings and final thoughts. Matt, as far as a shark movie, where would you rate this on like a list?
It's better than a lot, and I mean there are some that are still better, but I mean maybe shark movie wise, I'd put it in the top 10. Maybe just cracking right at that number 10 spot, number 9 or so.
Right? See, at some point, maybe we'll do, hey, Shark Week's coming up. Maybe we will do a list of shark movies, our top 10 favorite. Yeah, this one, for me, I think it's for possible it could make it. Now, granted, once we look at Blood in the Water, would that push it down? I don't know. Um, if we have two Jaws, we can have two 1916 shark attacks in there. Sam, what about you?
I would say it would make the top 10 list for mine, at least, of the ones that I have currently seen. So I would say it would be up there.
All right. So with Shark Week coming up, guys, maybe we will try to each watch some shark movies, come up with our list. What was that, Matt?
Oh, I was going to add something, but I'll add it when you're done.
Oh, yeah. No, maybe we will come up to it and just put our list together.
All right. Now, I was just going to say, and towards the end, when the captain was trying to hook the shark that was maybe spoiler netted, whatever you want to call him, when he was in the net or trap. He actually didn't have a horrible arm. I would probably put him in my quarterback list above Russell Wilson as well. So sign me up for the captain to be quarterback over Russell Wilson.
All right, see, that's good. We always are in the search. We guys, we don't want to leave you guys in the dark as far as the current ranking of Russell Wilson. So there you go, the newest ranking for 2025 here on the most American holiday, 4th of July. So you heard it here first from Matt. Now, Matt, getting back to the film itself, what are your kind of final thoughts and rating for this one?
Like I said, as much as I question, how much they took out of it, but all movies do it with Hollywood versus the book. They've got to add into it to make it take the time and everything else like that. It's not a horrible movie. I mean, I'd probably give it right about that 7.5 rating. Maybe a little higher, not much, but I'd recommend it. I mean, if you truly wanted to know some of the events that led up to Jaws and maybe a little bit more accurate on where the book came from, this is a movie to watch.
Sam, what about you?
Final thoughts is I definitely thought it was good. Again, as Matt said and Keegan, like it is more accurate to the actual events which created the Jaws film. But it's Hollywooded a bit as as all things are, like especially with people that like read the books compared to like actual movies, or like when they try to make movies or movies based off of games, like they always add their twists of being like, oh well, I can make it better. And
Right.
it's that like same thing where it's just like it's already good, why not just pay homage to it, opposed from just saying that you could do it better or create your own spin off of it and have it like based in that universe, but don't use them like actual characters or not. Side rant on how movie people do their thing. No offense to you guys, but if you're gonna take a work of art, just pay homage to it. But I would still rate this probably an 8 out of 10.
See, I know what rating I want to give it. Sam,
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what rating. It's the good old Keegan 10. Do you know what that is?
A 6.
A 6 out of 10. And it might go up. Before we do our rankings, I will definitely rewatch it, because when we do our rankings, like in that kind of mindset, I like to watch the things back to back to back to try to, or at least really close together, because I
Mhm.
think it helps me really get in the mindset. So yeah, little, I guess, surprise thing that we've come up with today is we're going to do a top 10 list for Shark Week. And also we will be back for Shark Week. It's late July, but we thought it would be fun to at least try to cover each like new episode that comes out on that day. You guys might hear the review the next morning, but we thought it'd be kind of fun because sharks are a really fun topic. We've been covering it. Matt, you just did a episode on this, so do you want to tell the people a little bit about our film and about this episode?
Yeah, we actually headed down to our local aquarium in downtown Denver and, kind of reviewed, true stories of the silver screen and talked about where Jaws, although they say they really didn't take the ideal from this 1916 storyline, a lot of it does come to fruition. But we had a chance to kind of really just break down the book, the movie, and where it matched up in real life with the book or the movie, you know.
Yeah, which if you guys want to see that, a link should be popping up right above. So go check it out. We, like I said, wanted to cover this because the true events did happen. Maybe not just on the 4th of July weekend. It was obviously a couple of weeks span, but it did happen over the 4th of July weekend. So we thought this is perfect timing to talk about it. Also tying in with that 50th anniversary of Jaws. Now, Sam, people are watching this. It's around 10 a.m. Mountain Time. But where might people find us if they're walking around at an event today?
We're going to be currently at the Roswell UFO Festival, and we'll be meandering about, filming some stuff, threatening about buying coats.
Buying coats. How was your walk? I know you headed off pretty early to make it. Are you tired after that long walk here?
No, I was all right. It was a good walk, very scenic. It was quite relaxing.
It's a long walk. Yeah, if you guys are in the or around the UFO festival, we're here per usual. But yeah, just stay tuned. We got lots of fun things coming up, and also we wanted to say, thank you guys for helping us reach 2,000 subscribers. Really kind of an insane number for us. I know some people might not think so, but for us, that's so cool. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Reason I also wanted to bring it up is going into the Roswell Festival a few years ago, we were kind of struggling, just staying above 300 and then go below and then come up. So to hit 2,000 going back to a festival like this, which really help keep us juvenated and wanting to go. We want to say thank you and also never stop. It seems tough, but if you keep pushing forward, you'll get there, as we always say. So thank everyone that's helped us on this journey. And it's just beginning. We got lots of fun stuff we are planning. So stay tuned. If you guys want more Cools reviews, click that link to your left for more about us here at Cools Paranormal, which I forgot to say. If you click that one on the left, it's Jurassic World. So why not? Click that one on the right for more about us here at Cools Paranormal.
Give us a like and subscribe and switch that notification bell from personalized to all if you want to be notified on all the upcoming videos.
And let us know. Like I said, we're going into our top 10 shark film list towards the end of this month. So just let us know what movies we need to be double checking to see if they make our top 10. Tell us in the comments below.